you beautiful, sexy agency owners. It's Frankie here, and got a question from Lexi. And this is one of those things that I think is pretty universal question. So I wanted to share it with you guys because it's one of those things like clients hire us, we're paid to get results. What do you do when you're not getting results? You're delivering something and you're stressed out about it. I can tell you personally, this will cause you to lose sleep. For those of you guys who don't know me already, by the way, I am the author of this book right here. My name's Frankie Finn, by the way. Author of the book Beyond the Agency Box. Since '07, I've built 3 of my own agencies up to 100 plus clients. And I've helped hundreds of people worldwide to live the whole agency beach laptop lifestyle. So let me read to you guys really quickly Lexi's question. She says, I'm struggling with my client. I don't know if I'm the one if I'm the one missing something or it's him, but his audience is anyone in Ohio that has a small business. Does he need to niche down more? Am I missing something? And can't for the life of me get engagement. All right. So I'm going to tell you there's a few confounding factors. I see at least 5 of them. So one of those is the first one is I think you're using the wrong success metric. To me, like what you actually want to do for a client is help them sell websites in your case, or sell whatever it is their thing for the rest of you guys, and not to get engagement, likes, and comments unless that's what they specifically ask for. And I wanted to show you this because this is the thing I actually think will get results the best. So this is Christian from our mastermind. And this was a post he made that I remember he shared in our mastermind. And it was just this: another beautiful website and happy customer, this time for blah, blah, blah. And here's a picture of the website. Now, this is what we call in our circles a dramatic demonstration. I don't know if you guys have seen the training on this channel, but it is one of the best trainings I've ever made because it sells your stuff visually without words. And in this particular case, what better way to see what kind of web designer he is than showing an example of his website? And so the point I'm making about this whole story is Christian got a website sold and got 0 comments and 0 engagement. So which would you rather have, like an actual website sale or 500 comments? To me, or 500 likes or whatever. Last I check, I can't go to the bank and pay in likes. I don't think your clients can pay in likes either, unless they already have converting things and they're building an audience. That's a different thing. But this is the kind of shit that sells websites, demonstrations of websites. So instead of like what you're doing on Instagram, which I think is witty, like it's funny and there's good shit on it, but instead of trying to get people to like you, I would focus on getting people to buy from you because I'd much rather have buyers than people who think I'm a nice person. So that's my way of saying, less memes, more boring shit like this that probably doesn't get a lot of likes or comments, but sells websites. Second thing, by the way, that is the expectation. So there's nothing wrong with doing content. I do a lot of content marketing. You're watching some of my content marketing, which is, geared towards helping agency owners in general, but some of those people I know about 1% of them will be good fits for my mastermind. And I like helping you guys. So it like leads into that. But I'll tell you from doing content, it takes about 6 to 18 months for content to really, really like build that momentum. And so if you're going to sell a deliverable that takes 6 to 18 months, then that's my way of saying you just got to let the client know. Like they got to know that they're in a 6 to 18 month kind of battle, which you may not have known in the beginning, but now you do. And so if you're going to be selling like content, like it's just effort. Like I saw this when I was building my group, the first 27 posts get like no comments, no likes. Then I start getting 1, then I get 2, now 20, 30, 60. It builds and builds over time. That's my point, is like content takes a while to get momentum. Another thing here is I call this the hammer. All right. But I think a good analogy for a hammer as well is I'm going to do a plane ride. Okay. If you think about a plane ride, let's look at Google Images. Here's a typical plane ride. Okay. You're inside a plane. Do people buy plane rides because they want plane rides, or are they sick of the office? Let's just see if we can find Office sucks. Let's see what comes up. Right? Like, Office, let's see if we can do. I'll tell you what my least favorite part of the Office was: pointless fucking meetings. So for those of you guys who are like, if somebody's sitting there and you think about this, do they really want to buy a plane ride, or did they want to get away from the office and get to the beach and the bikini? So, well, there we go. Now I just filled my feed with, I need to work in some palm trees. Let's see if we can get some palm trees in there too. Okay, so this is what people want to do, right? They want to go to the beach, they want to relax, they want to have a palm tree. So the worst thing you can do is sell the delivery vehicle, which I also call a hammer. In your case, a plane ride. Like the worst thing you can do is sell the plane and say we have cushy sheets, we make great web design, we're pro web designers. What people want is to solve problems. In other words, I hate the office, and get outcomes. And so if you position this to be an outcome, and I'll give you an example of a really powerful outcome. When I used to do plastic surgery SEO, there was a competing company called MedNet, and MedNet used to sell $40,000 websites that you didn't own. You only got for them for like 2 or 3 years. And people used to say, how the fuck can they sell that? And it's very, very simple, because a plastic surgeon thinks, well, if this website just sells me 1 or 2 extra patients, then I'll pay for itself. And so it was the outcome they're buying of plastic surgery patients, not the website. So understand, your thing is just a delivery vehicle. So that's my way of saying here is talk about some of the outcomes your clients want. That's the beautiful thing about the demonstration is if somebody's like in a similar line of business to this, or maybe even the exact same line of business, they can see how, hey, this would bring us the kind of people we want. They're not buying a website, contrary to popular opinion. They're buying the patients and stuff that come through this, or the clients who come through this, or the outcomes that it generates. So sell the outcomes and you'll make your life so much easier, because it's the outcomes they're buying, not the hammer. And so the reason I use the word the hammer is because it's like a hammer is used to build something, right? Your web design is used to build something. Nobody's buying the hammer because you're a good hammer. They want the outcome. So they make your life a lot easier. And I'll give you a simple example of what we've done successfully in the past. It's the easiest thing in the world, is to sell an add-on mini site. So like, say, for example, this one is a eye doctor. They probably have some specialty eye procedure that they make more money than other ones. I don't know, like maybe it's LASIK. Don't know, just make it, I'm just bullshitting a little bit. But let's say LASIK is the really big expensive thing, is I might say to them like, hey, we could also build you an extra little mini site just designed to sell your LASIK. Would you be interested in that? And if it's their most high end, most expensive, most valuable thing, they'll probably want to do it. So that's the easiest way of seeing to like create an outcome, is like, we'll just I call this the $100 bill, wrote about this in version 2.0. But if you just say like, hey, we'll build you a mini site to sell your $100 bill thing, a lot of people will be interested. The other thing is there's no real offer, right? Like on all these posts, there's no like, give me money and you'll get blank. So because of that, like people have to actually figure out that you're a web designer, or your client is a web designer, to actually give you money. Your content should serve their customer and their problems. 5 things your website must have. Like, again, this is all about the hammer, right? Like it's not about outcomes that businesses want to create. So let's just check that again. Sorry, I'm just going back to my notes here. And then the next thing is, by the way, this is like one of my big secrets, is if they want to sell websites, the number one assumption, and this is true of every business, not just your web design client, the number one thing they think is, I need new people. And I know from experience that the easiest person to sell a website to is someone who already bought a damn website. Now, this is a little bit counterintuitive, because often we think, well, I already sold a website, right? Like, why would they buy a website from me? And the simple example is make an add-on. And I'll tell you, the thing that's worked for us is the mini site, right? You can like create a mini site. I wanted to show you guys this one too, because this is another guy in our mastermind named Tarek, who makes really awesome cleaning websites. So this was a cleaning website that a client gave him, and they said, can you design us a new one? This was their ugly existing website. And this is, I just couldn't fit it all in one screenshot, but he built in something like this. And he actually accomplished something really great in this section here, where you can see it's called Get a Quote. And the thing all the cleaning companies were complaining about is they say, well, people call us all the time and they say, hey, can you give us a quote? And what ends up happening is, they have these phone calls and they're mostly just tire kickers. It would cost you $1,000, and they say, hang up. So the cleaning companies hate this phone call. So he decided, like, let's just do this on the website and we'll eliminate the tire kickers. And then we know if somebody knows it's $1,000 and calls, then that's a good client for us, because they already know the price. And so they're not going to be like the same kind of tire kicker. So I wanted to show you this because you can make a big deal out of all those little things, right? Like, so there's lots of ways you can kind of position this, but I'll tell you the easiest result you're going to get out of this is to think of what else they would want to sell. Like, what other outcomes do they want to create with websites? And I would just like the highest value thing they sell, the thing I call the $100 bill, is the low hanging fruit. Is just saying, hey, we could build you a mini site to your to help you sell your $100 bill, your most expensive thing. Would you be interested in that? And if you just casually offer that to their existing clients, you may help your client sell a website in like 5 minutes, right? Because they already know who he or she is. They already like it. They already see the value. If you offer that to 5 people, at least one of them is going to take it, in my experience. And so you can help your client a lot easier get faster results by doing that. But those are the things I would say that are, like I've been there where you're like not getting results for a client, and obviously they paid you to. It's stressful. Like you want your shit to work. Who doesn't? It's one of the hardest parts about being an agency is remember like focus in on the right success metric, meaning like we want to count sales. If you're going to do content, like you got to just let them know like this is a long deliverable. It builds on itself slowly. It's the most proven thing in the world to work, but it takes time, right? Like nobody put up a piece of content and goes viral in 5 minutes. I shouldn't say nobody, but it's very atypical. It does happen, but most times it's like people like me. One day I get one like, then two, then three. It builds on itself slowly. Don't sell the hammer. Nobody wants web design, right? Like so. The best thing you can do is actually just demonstrate websites you're already creating, and then come up with an offer. Like, and I'll tell you the easiest offer that we've used in the past. Obviously, there's lots of offers that can work, but give me some money and you'll get $100 mini website for your most expensive thing. That's what I would do, right? So you can do this with any business. A dentist has an expensive thing, an online coach has an expensive thing, an e-commerce store has an expensive thing. So like their existing clients, give me some more money, we'll build you a mini site for your expensive thing. And then I would say that's going to be the easiest result you're going to help them create is, hey, would you be open to just run a little campaign to your existing people? Just want to let them know we can offer them a mini site, and they'll say, well, I don't know, they already bought a website from me. And that's you say, well, why don't we just try it? And more often than not, what I found is like it doesn't take a lot of work to sell existing clients. So that would be my suggestions for you. If you guys are not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe. But I wanted to make this for those of you guys who are struggling with deliverables, is to just make your life easier, is like focusing on the right things and set the expectations well, help your clients create offers, and focus on getting them the easiest results. Don't go after the hard money first. So that's all I got for you guys. Hope it was super cool for me. At least I enjoyed it. I hope it was super cool for you. And may the force be with you, and make sure to subscribe and drop a comment below.